Hello guys, welcome back to S3D. So today we're going to talk about high-end collectibles and deterioration. So obviously this only applies to people who collect high-end collectibles, mostly 1/6 scale figures and stuff like that. So anyway, obviously you guys know a lot of people have experiences, myself included, with a lot of these high-end collectibles with stuff breaking apart, coming uh, become deteriorated. So apparently, a lot of these issues again resulted from uh, several other issues, which associate with themselves with plastics, also extreme temperature. So basically, if you're a hot toy collector, I think a lot of people have seen these people who live in hot environments, or if you buy an item of someone who live in extreme climate areas. Uh, Sometimes you'll get a figure with an outfit that is, deteriorated or semi-deteriorated. It's all because of the material that they use. So basically, pleather, the fake leather, that's very commonly used on older hot toy figures. They're made from pleather is actually just plasticized PVC. They're made in a way to emulate leather, right? So they it's like a PVC sheet of PVC that is treated with plasticizers to give them the texture and feeling of fake leather. So obviously, if you watch my previous video, then you kind of know what plasticizer migration is. That's what's causing the peeling, the cracking, and stuff like that. But then there's also, other factors. Sometimes the stuff like the Iron Man armor, those are not PVC. Those are made from ABS plastic. If you expose them to a direct sunlight or heat source, or maybe just sit in the box if you live in a very hot area, again, the ABS plastic goes through that yellowing process. Even if you don't see on the surface because it's painted, what's underneath is already becoming thin and brittle. So eventually, it'll just crack and break apart. I've seen that happen actually on a lot of the Iron Man figures. So that's really frustrating. That's actually more common than with the pleather stuff coming apart. And also another issue, this one is not as oftenly discussed because not a lot of the figures are using the TPE material for hot toys. But I know a lot of people who collect other type of figures that they contain, those seamless bodies. Those have the tendency to crack and break as well in extreme heat environment. That's an issue relating to the TPE, which is actually rubber, basically just drying out. If you live in a very hot and dry environment, that's something the moisture completely evaporates from the figure, and it just becomes dry and brittle. And then when you flex it, the joint like rips and stuff like that. That's actually very common, and it actually doesn't help that all these companies are putting they have like this moisture absorbing pack uh, like put in the figure. So that's not helping because if someone is living in a dry environment and you have a pack within the container of the figure that's absorbing the moisture already, then that further accelerate the process of the rubber, actual rubber, drying out. So yeah, that's really frustrating. But I don't know how popular these type of figures are among collectors. But that really poses a problem. But most of the issues right now I've seen so far is just regarding the ABS plastic becoming brittle and breaking on all these Iron Man figures. Like it's everywhere. You go online and people are like crapping on their Hot Toys Iron Mans. And then people crapping on their Vaders, the outfit that's made from a pleather, cracking, crackling, and deteriorating. Not so much. Not so much I've seen about the seamless bodies because it's just not used very commonly in hot toys. It's used in other type of collectibles, but obviously they're just not as popular as what we're discussing here. But all these things have an issue. Now, also, I was told, you know, there is issues in regards to humidity. You know, areas with high level of humidity over like 50% or something like that. Yes, that will actually affect metal rusting. So that's another issue. So if you have figure that have a lot of metals, I know some Iron Mans are diecast, so yeah, you're gonna have to worry about those diecast joints. That's actually a very common problem. I've seen with people who have like those high-end Gundam figures, the metal build, the Chugokins, and the joints are rusting because they live in island nations over in Asia, and they get really frustrated with that due to like high heat and humidity. Basically, it's just like the water content in the well in the air. They they have too much water in the air that's causing these figures to expose oxidation process. Yeah, that's also very frustrating. But for the most part, we're just gonna focus on the more common stuff, just ABS plastic, becoming brittle, and the plasticizers. The pleather outfit, just completely disintegrating. So yeah, very common issue. Very frustrating among high-end collectors. To the point that a lot of people are getting out because they don't like the idea of spending like $200 on a figure, and it just completely deteriorates within 5 to 10 years. So yeah, personally, I'm on that boat. You know, I really don't like the idea. So basically, I end up just quitting high-end collectibles for that reason. It's because I'd rather have a $60 figure that goes through like the ABS plastic yellowing process. At least I know that figure will still be useful in 15 to 20 years. Just this color. It's not gonna completely like just crumble away, right? Yeah, unfortunately, this type of stuff isn't designed to last forever. Uh, Depends on where you live. But yeah, I mean, if I figure out like a way to preserve it or something like that, maybe I'll do a video on it. But yeah, it's just too much stuff out there and too much information. So anyway, that's pretty much it about this video. Thanks for watching.